Yeah. I got a Duffy on me, I'm feeling good. The streets talking to me in the hood. I'm doing this exactly how I should. What's not said is understood. Listen to me, I'm on my grind. No matter what, these haters mad. I gotta ask, why you mad at us? Cause I'm on the rise, yeah, I'm on the rise. The party won't even get litty until they know Big Bro arrives.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We are rolling, y'all. We've been going really good with the Always Climbing podcast, all right? Been seeing a lot of engagement on social media. We really appreciate
Positive
the likes,
negative.
comments, shares, a lot of hate, all right? And that's cool because we are talking about controversial stuff. We're talking about constructive things that are motivating, but we also having a lot of fun, too. We're having some fun conversations. With that being said,
We don't take nothing personal.
right.
Keep on running it up.
With that being said, though, we are in search of more diverse guests, okay? So right now, you already know our regulars. Me, John, Kamar, Ryan, Jovan, okay? Those are going to be our regulars that you're always going to see on the podcast. But then we're also going to have some guests, okay? So we had some student guests. They are high school students last week or 2 weeks ago. Now we are trying to transition into exactly what our nonprofit's about, linking generations. We need some unks. If anybody calls you unk, if anybody calls you OG, if anybody calls you grandpa, we need you on the episode. All right, so we can have some conversations, so we could talk. Maybe you're on the episode with us, and then we got a teenager on the episode too, on that same platform, so we can talk about something important, right, and have some meaningful conversations and some fun. Maybe talk about MJ versus Bron or something, right? And same thing goes for the women. We need women representation too. So if you are our age and you're a woman, hop on. If you are, if they call you auntie, TT, Nana, whatever it is, we need you on the episode too. Okay, so that's what we're trying to get to, and that's it. Today, I want to talk to y'all. We're gonna have a quick episode, but I want to talk to y'all about how your name, how important it is for your name to carry good weight, right? So our names carry weight, man. It don't matter. It don't matter if one person knows you or 1,000 or 1,000,000 people know you. Your name carries weight, right?
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp, the situation he dealing with, weight. Jonathan Majors, weight.
Forever, too.
I'm trying to think of some positive, like LeBron James, weight.
Forever.
Shamus Malik, our mayor, weight.
Forever.
Good, bad, don't matter. Our name is always gonna carry weight. So, just initial thoughts, man, when we talking about this, like, and we'll get into a conversation, but like, what do y'all think about the fact that your name does carry weight?
I 100% agree. Your name definitely carry weight, and I kind of mix it in, I guess, with the quote, like, you know, like, all you got is your word, or all you got is your, like, it's like kind of the same thing to me. And it's just kind of like, for example, just for a quick example, the other day, or like in school, when I would,
That's my wallet, don't worry.
I was gonna say what? In school, whole class acting up. I'm gonna be one of the names that's gonna get called. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here frustrated trying to figure out why my name getting called, and I'm chilling. But because of the fact of what I've done and the weight my name carries to these teachers, and I had to start understanding, like, that's why it was how it was, and so that, you know what I'm saying. I carry that, obviously. I carried that lesson, obviously, up to now. But like I said, I definitely agree that your name definitely carries weight. That's all you got. That's all you got.
Kamar, what you think, man?
I think your name really obviously represents who you are. I can go into depth about names. I think everybody look like their names, but like, it took me a while.
Not everybody.
97% of the
Most,
world look
yeah.
like their name, for real.
It's a few out there, though.
Yeah. But no, like, honestly, real talk, I used to hate my name, bro. I used to get teased for my name. Because obviously, I got a lot of names. Y'all know this. I got 5 names. But then, I'm a black dude with an Arabic name.
For those that don't know, say your full name.
Yeah, say the whole thing.
Government. No, I'm playing. I don't care. But my full name, Kamar Abdul Jalil Majid Davis, right? So as a kid, when I used to tell people that, they low-key used to clown me like I was speaking in a whole different language. I'm like, bro, like, it's just my name, right? But no, like, as I got older, though, it just made me realize, like, your name really is your legacy. at the end of the day. Like, it's who you carry around when you gone, when you not in the room, when you in the ground. Like y'all kids at the end of the day, y'all names, like, y'all represent who y'all kids are at the end of the day. So I don't know. I think it's always just about carrying yourself to the highest standard. Just like
Especially if you got a
about,
junior.
No, for real. For real. So I think even like what we talked about last week, like being impeccable with your word, that's almost even another way of like adding a little bit more credibility to who you are as a person. So when people hear your name come up, they smile or they feel proud of knowing you, or you know what I mean, or happy to be able to talk on your behalf when you just not around. So that's how I feel about names. You know, I always want to carry myself at the highest that I possibly can. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's probably the second most important way too. I mean, besides how you naturally act without speaking. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? It's being immaculate with your word and keeping your word. And yeah, so that's probably the second most important thing.
I love what you said, Kamar, about representing as a father, now representing my kids with my name, right? But I also think about how growing up, it's always been, I'm representing my parents too. So, you know, when I think about Jace, like, I'm representing him every day.
Yeah.
Like, if I fold, if I do something, if I mess up, man, like, the weight of my success no longer matters. But then also, like, if instead of Jace being, oh, that's Bryce Harris' son, it's like, hey, that's Bryce Harris.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
There's a difference. So same thing as children. Think about that Atlanta Falcons dude. Like, the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator's son was probably, you know what I mean?
Tripping.
He's ruined a reputation, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
for real.
Our names are everything, man. So like, oh, that's your son? Man, you low care. You're irresponsible. Now he's fined $100,000.
I mean, think about Hunter Biden, bro. Like, they took Biden's son and made an issue about who Biden was because of who his son was. Like, we really do represent
That's really done a lot.
all of our lineage. It does not matter, bro.
Look at Zaya Wade.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bro.
It really is a two-way street, bro.
Yeah.
It really is a two-way street. But that's why I wanted to talk about this, put this out into the air. Hopefully we can bring this back up too when we get more generations, right? On this podcast. So that way we can hear their perspective too. But man, like, it's just so important, bro. It's so important to always move right, always move correct. I like what Stephen A. Smith said when he was commenting on Shannon Sharp. I don't know if y'all saw. He wasn't dogging him.
Probably not.
But Shannon Sharp is in some heavy stuff, and he was just in some heavy stuff not too long ago.
Like, real recent.
And he's still getting opportunities, but like he's ruining his reputation. He's becoming a liability to these companies, bro. And to that point, Stephen A. was like, first of all, he said it on his little podcast. He said, for anybody wondering why I'm never caught up in this, he said, you'll never see me in this because I don't do any of it. And I don't know if that's true, but for you to be that bold and say that, it probably is true.
Hey.
Stephen A. probably sitting back, bro.
Facts.
I mean, I would.
And a lot of that, bro, a lot of that is important too. Being responsible with your decisions outside of work, outside of family, doing what you're supposed to be doing all the time, bro. It's very important.
Do you know if he's married?
I don't.
No, I don't think he is.
I don't think he is though.
You talking about Shannon Sharp?
Stephen A. I know Shannon ain't married.
I better say Shannon definitely ain't married, bro.
But that might play a factor too.
Yeah.
What's some cheat codes? So maybe being married. What's some other cheat codes y'all think that can help you with your reputation?
He's not married, by the way.
I think having a circle, bro.
I was just about to say a good circle around you. Good people,
Yeah,
bro.
definitely. For good friends. Obviously, your relationship with God.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's gonna definitely help sway your life decisions and what you view as important, and et cetera, et cetera. Like you said, friend group. Y'all, I mean, that's a true testament to that. You know, I'm a true testament to that. So, definitely, yeah, your relationship with God, your friends. And I honestly believe that your relationship with yourself, how much you love and respect yourself to put yourself in certain positions or make certain choices and be like, nah, that's not me, or not. You know what I'm saying? It's really how much you in tune with yourself too.
That's real.
So
actually.
Major facts, bro. So
Shoot, even I throw this in there. Like, I think even your life experiences play a role in that too. Where you can look back on something like, I will not be a part of this. I'm not gonna be a part of that. Or, I mean, low key, sometimes it do be a part of us, and we got to work on that. You know what I mean? So,
yep. I just think, man, everything I do, bro, I just think about y'all. I think about my family. I think about God. But more importantly, man, it's really just family, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think about how it'll never leave them. If I
Yeah.
really vote, if I really fall into some of these things, bro, these distractions, like, it's never going to leave my family, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be that. I'm trying to be remembered for nothing but good things. So,
Yeah.
like I said, they could say, oh, that's Bryce Harris's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's Jerry Harris's son. That's Rosita's son. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And it goes all the way up, bro, to my grandparents, like Rioma, you know what I mean? Like, all of my grandparents, like, that's their grandbaby. Like, I'm trying to make everybody proud, but not really in a selfish way where, like, I want them to congratulate me. It's more so that
Let them down.
I know that I'm a part of them
Yeah.
permanently. You know what I mean? There is no getting out of blood. You know what I mean? There is no getting out of the covenant between me and my wife. There is no getting out of my blood with my son. So, man, I represent them. And the same thing we was talking about off the camera last week too, with this friendship that we have, this brotherhood that we have, and also AC in our youth. This whoever you represent, if you on a football team, if you were part of ESPN like Shannon Sharp, whatever it is, man, that's like when they think of ESPN, they think of Shannon Sharp. When they think of Toledo football, they thought of Bryce Harris. So if I went out there and crashed out on somebody at Kroger in Toledo, oh, them Toledo football, them Toledo Rockets, man, them dudes, they off the hook, man.
How
You
they
see what
over
Bryce
there
Harris
coaching
was
them?
doing? Man, we really do affect so many people with our name, bro. So then I start getting mad, bro. And I wish Ryan was here, man. I get frustrated as a school counselor, you know what I mean? Future principal. Like, when I look at our youth, bro, in school, elementary and up, all the way up to high school, and how disrespectful they are. They're so foul. And I'm just being real. Not all of them.
I know.
Not all of them.
From my own personal experiences, I know.
And honestly, bro, it always gets inflated. I would say about 20% of them are just foul. 80% are great, or at least good. But man, that 20%, bro, I'm just like, you have no idea how silly you making your whole reputation look. Just similar to what you were saying when you was in school. But like, you have no idea how bad you making your parents look.
Yep.
I know a lot of the kids in my school's parents. We grew up with a lot of kids in my school's parents. So when they cussing and stuff at my school, I'm like, now I'm trying to get away from my bias, especially as a counselor. But I'm like, dang, so and so raising their kid like that,
Yeah.
Like, dang, you
It's
such
natural.
and such.
You
son.
automatically gonna
You
think
such
about
and
the
such
parent.
daughter.
Natural.
Yeah.
it's like, bro, it's just opened my eyes, man, as I'm getting older. Just like, your reputation is so important, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget what I've heard some of these kids say, especially if I know their parents.
For real. Even if speaking on terms of like AC, bro, I think a lot of times when I think of AC, I consider linking generations of people that aren't fully connected with each other, right? So like, let's say for example, like, I don't know, like you and your son, you know what I mean? So in my opinion, bro, I don't necessarily like link those, but it also starts at home too. Cause I do think there's a disconnect in like generations from like parents to their kids. Because things change over time. But like,
Definitely.
if anything, that's a link that can really be nurtured at home, in the crib, in the car, on the walk to school, on the way back home, you know, in the grocery store. And you know what I mean? I just feel like that's a missed opportunity that people have to like better their relationship or better the personality of their kid. You know what I mean? Like we talked about it when we was hooping last Saturday, bro. Like sometimes I just really do become disgusted when I see parents talking to their kids so foul, bro, in public. Like they don't care. They don't care about somebody else's opinion. They don't care what somebody views in them. Which, I mean, in all means, you know what I mean, I respect the fact that they don't care about what other people think about them, but I don't respect the fact that they're disrespecting their kids. So I think that's what forms that 20%, for real.
I think that really came from the fact that, like you said, things change. We growing up in a very disassociated generation or society, whatever you want to call it right now. I mean, it's not just technology.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? It definitely is technology, but it's not just technology. I mean,
I think technology play like a 60%
yeah,
role.
it definitely is technology that played a major role in it. But I mean, we are just also in I mean, like, one thing I've been noticing a lot lately is like you got people practicing stoicism and this red pill, blue pill stuff, and it's all like people are literally getting taught how to disassociate themselves from their emotions, their feelings. That you think that's not going to
Yeah.
That's going when you're talking to your friend. It's gonna be that like that. When you're talking to your kid, it's just we got a lot going on this at this time.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
It's a trickle down effect. That's all.
So I'm going through these notes, man, and I love this piece. I love this piece. As we close up on the reputation piece, and then we'll transition to our fun. Got to cut it short because, like y'all remember from last week's episode, we said John is always late. He was late. 45 minutes today. So we got to cut it short. But
Here now.
let's transition to this piece because I want y'all to answer this, but I also want those people that are watching and listening to manifest on this and also think on this and marinate. And answer it yourself too. So really, before you even answer, if you need to take some time, just think about it and then answer it honestly. Okay. So ask yourself today,
All right.
what does your name represent right now? So to translate that, what type of energy are you putting out into this world? Like, and I want y'all to be honest. If you got to brag about yourself, do that. But if you ain't proud about the things that you saying or doing at work or whatever, say that too. Mm-hmm. But just think about it. What does your name represent right now? Another question is, would you hire you based on your track record? And then if somebody said, tell me about John, tell me about Kamar, what would they say? So those three questions
That is
just marinate on.
loaded series
That
of
is
questions.
like literally all three.
All right, what's the first one again?
What does your name represent right now? If you were to come up with a couple words of characteristics.
Or
You got it? Go ahead.
I mean, I know I've been answering first.
You sound like you had it for a second.
Well, I'm trying to
I
think.
heard
I know mine. I know mine.
Okay, go ahead.
But I these are my
I've been
notes. So
going
I
first,
already thought about these things. But I mean, I think Bryce, literally my name represents creative,
Okay.
energy. I think my name represents inspiration to people older than me, but also people younger than me.
Mhm.
And I think my name represents limitless, just that word, limitless.
Mhm.
I think I display to many people, maybe not even limitless, maybe fearless is the better word, but I think I represent to a lot of people that, like, I don't care what's in front of me, who's in front of me. I know I'm going to be cool. So I would say that would be my answer. I could be wrong, but I think when people look at me, that's what they see.
Okay.
They might in a negative. When I think about negative, they might see somebody that is doing too much, and it's not going to come out to nothing because I do so much. And in the sense that, like, if you look at my Instagram, you don't know what I do, and that's not a good thing. But I really don't care. Like
I feel like you could infer with your Instagram.
possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what he's saying.
But also, especially a couple years ago too, like, is he a full-time gamer? Does he play
Right.
football?
True.
Is he a rapper?
True,
Like,
true,
does
true,
he
true,
actually
true,
rap, or is it just for
Exactly.
fun?
True.
Is he a counselor?
True.
Is he a nonprofit? Does he own a nonprofit? Is he just a part of it? Like, what does he do? And honestly, I do it all. Right. So I guess that's a negative thing, but it's also not a positive thing or a negative thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't necessarily consider that.
I don't think
negative,
that's
Yeah.
what it is.
But I think that's what my name represents.
Okay.
That's my first answer. What y'all got? What does y'all name represent?
I would honestly say, and I'm glad you answered first because I kind of was thinking about the question wrong. But what I think people see, I think my name represents resilience. Anybody that knows me know I've been through a lot. I ain't giving up. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely one thing that people have spoke to me about. I want to steal one of yours. I'm gonna say energy. People definitely know. Yeah, if you know me, you know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really the most outgoing person around strangers, but once I know you, it's up. Definitely I don't know when I say motivation or motivating, or one thing I do is, and my boss actually just brought this up. He was like, you literally are the person on the team that keeps everybody going. Like, I don't even have to have a certain conversation with people because I know that I have you, and you literally are on it. And like, one thing I do is motivate the people around me. Like even if I don't feel motivated, like I love to motivate the people around me, and you know, big them up, give them their props, and just make them feel good, and like they gotta show them their potential, their ceiling. I love doing that. That's one thing that I actually have joy in my heart when I do, like seeing people, you know, start to feel happy once I'm like telling them about certain things that they don't even realize about themselves, or just stuff like that. So definitely motivating for sure. Like that's one thing I always make sure to do. So yeah, resilience, energy, motivating, determined. Because I mean, it don't matter what it is, I'm gonna find a way in there. You know, it don't matter what it is. Like y'all used to call me Mr. Finesse. Like it don't matter what I'm gonna get involved in. If I'm determined to do something, like I'm gonna do something with it. Like where it goes from there, that's a whole different conversation. But I mean, once I kind of got my mind locked on something, then I'm definitely determined to do it. And
You just made me think of a different way to ask that third question, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
for sure. So yeah, I mean, I would say yeah, resilience, motivation, energy, you know, determined for sure. Negative,
You don't gotta say nothing.
everybody know. I mean, the tardiness, I guess you could say.
negative. Chronically
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
chronically late.
But I'm starting to accept it, realize it, and I am trying to work on it. You know, but yeah, definitely that
Acceptance is the first part.
tardiness. I think people see negative wise to a hothead. If I'm gonna just be upfront and honest, I have been in one too many fights in the past couple years, whatever you want to call it. I'm not necessarily proud of that at all, but I do know myself, and I do know how quick I am to be on that. And so that's something I feel like people probably would view as a negative thing as well.
Reputation. 100.
Yeah, so something I could work on.
Shoot, I had time, but I low key.
Oh,
I was just listening.
I got another
to
negative thing people would probably say about me, especially at work.
Okay.
Oh, especially at work.
y'all.
I'm childish, man.
Childish.
I'm childish, man. I'm real childish. I mean, in a professional setting, I usually do pretty good, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do not. Sometimes I just do not care. Especially if I'm around kids, I do not care, and I gotta own that. And I know that's a part of my name. Like I know I cross lines sometimes. Like I just don't care. Teacher be yelling at a kid, I'm coming up and giving a handshake, like the full handshake. Like
Flat out.
But that's hard though.
I don't
Flat
care.
out.
I just don't be
That's
caring.
cool, though.
But they probably call me like, man, he's just so childish. Like, yeah. Go ahead,
I
Kamar.
feel you.
What does your name represent?
I mean, right now, bro, what my name represents, it's a couple things. Cause I think
You've been doing some healing on TikTok, man, making them drinks.
bro, that's what I'm saying. So, I think the first word that I would use to describe my name or who I am, I guess, is adaptable. I think I'm probably one of the most adaptable people that I know personally, and this ain't saying more than other people, but I mean, I guess that's low key what I'm saying. But like,
That's how you feel.
but not necessarily I'm the most, but just there's a lot of times where I kind of adapt to what other people need rather than kind of ensuring that my needs are met, if that makes sense. But also at the same time, like I'm determined to meet my own needs in its own personal way. You know what I mean? So, like you said, with healing, I guess I could attach that as well, because I'm so focused and driven on healing internally to be able to have the best output for other people. You know what I mean? So I think that I don't know the right word for that, but I care about people more than a lot of people. I feel like.
Selfless.
Selfless. I would put that. I would put selfless. I'd say reliable as well. I know one thing that I've gotten a lot from people is that when I say I'm gonna show up, I show up. And that don't mean necessarily like I show up at this event. That includes that, but even more so just being somebody that needs an ear, being that person that, I mean, you can lean on for any type of help or assistance, whether that's a ride, whether that's taking out a dog, even though it's, 35 minutes away, whether that's showing up to mow a lawn. It doesn't matter what it is, but
If you agree to it.
when I agree to something, I agree to it. If I'm not doing nothing, I usually tell people I'm gonna let you know. 9 times out of 10, it's I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? On the way to boast though, I feel like I'm gifted. I would say that. I think it's a lot of things that I would say that I'm not. Like I can't succeed at, in my opinion. It could be the most random stuff. Like You know what I mean? If I gotta throw an axe 30 yards and hit the target, like I usually can do that.
You can't beat me in college football.
I be beating you in college football.
Not with Bama. You can't.
Uh-oh.
You can't beat me with my team.
Bama broken, but that's different. That's a whole different discussion. We ain't talking about that.
So
But
that's
no,
one thing you can't do.
But just aside from that, like whether it's doing a front flip, back flip, pole vaulting, catch a football, it's just random stuff that I just be like, wow, like I don't have a problem with doing that. You know what I mean? Compared to other people, but
you probably could. You probably could have went and played O-line
If you want
at a D2 school.
I'm telling you,
If you wanted to.
I'm adaptable, bro. Like that's just is what I do. But on a negative though, I feel like a lot of people would probably say that I'm reserved and mysterious. I don't think that's a negative thing, but I don't usually let people into my life and share stuff when I don't really want to do that.
That's only a negative to nosy people. You good.
I guess that is negative and nosy, but like it take me
That's
a while. It take me a while to really be like, all right, I'm gonna let you in and let you know who I am, how I talk, things that I do. Other than that, like I'm really just gonna be like a reserved brick wall, real talk, and I'm just talk through the wall, like a little opening, if that makes sense. Just trying to paint a picture. So I would take that as a negative. Like a lot of people don't know where I be, what I do, who I talk to. Everybody know I'm friends with y'all, but also that's part of representing the people that you know. So
That's about it.
yeah.
This could be the second one could be a quick one. It's would you hire yourself? Where you stand right now.
Yeah.
It don't matter what the job is. Just like if you were a manager and you interviewed yourself, would you hire yourself?
Yes.
I would definitely hire myself.
100%. I would be enthused. I would be enthused to hire myself if I'm being real with you.
This is such a tough one for me, and I know it's supposed to be quick. It's just tough for me because my work ethic is impeccable. Like I'm top 5 in warehouse. Like I know what I'm doing, and I know I'm good at it. And I talk like I know I'm good at it because I know I'm good at it. But my tardiness, like
So
that would
so
be a
time
problem.
out, like for real talk. Like I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
So like you be late to the podcast. You literally are late everywhere. Do you be late to work for real?
Not as I honestly can say like every couple weeks.
I'm
I'll
late to
pop
work
up.
every day, so I'm just asking.
No, like I literally have a situation where like every couple weeks I pop up late or once a week or it's not like multiple times a week where I'll be fired. I ain't gonna lie, but it does happen. And
So like for me being late, like I'm 2 minutes late every day. I don't care if I hooped on Monday and I'm cutting it close. I got to shower, all of that, and knock all of that out in 30 minutes. Or I don't have anything and I didn't even get up to work out. I woke up at 6:30, had plenty of time. I for some reason still walk into the door is 2 minutes late, like exactly 2 minutes. I don't know what it is, but
My
Yeah.
problem, I learned the system too quick. That's what it is with me, where I learn, all right, I have this window of being able to make it, even when it come to hoops. Like when we hoop on Monday, I already know if I get there at 6, we not going to start till 6:07.
But
So
what
I-
if,
so I
but
can
what
get
if you
there
got
at
there at 6 and we
6:05?
started? What if we was the last person we was waiting on?
So-
That's what always gets me.
So that's the thing.
Especially at East Florida.
It could be that 100%. And that's why I say that could be a negative thing and a positive thing is I learned the system, but then when it's the time where the system doesn't apply, I look like, we was waiting on him, and it's just like, I mean, my bad, but you got to understand why I did that, because we usually don't be starting until around 6:07 type deal. So,
That's why you gotta be impeccable with your word.
and that's facts, 100%.
No,
So,
yeah.
that's my problem.
I would definitely hire myself. Other than me being 2 minutes late, I don't really see much that I don't do well with. I guess if we talking negative, I would still hire myself for this. I would, in some ways, as a manager, I would appreciate this, but in some ways, it's wrong. In the work setting, sometimes I don't. What's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes I don't let people win when I know they're wrong, and I'm not on some arrogant stuff. Not on no like.
Oh, I feel that.
You know when people are like actually wrong,
Yeah.
not opinion wrong.
I
Like
feel
you're
you.
actually wrong. As a counselor, as a principal, as a leader, wherever I'm at in my career, I'm supposed to be like, you know what, you got it. Like I'm sorry, and not just be like you got it, like with an attitude. Like let them really feel like they won. It's okay. Let them have that battle. I don't let them have that battle. And that's not an okay thing. Like I literally don't let them have the battle. Like I told y'all that one story. I told them this story. One time there was a parent that was upset that their kid didn't get chosen to go to this event, they didn't fit the criteria to go to the event. So I held the ground, and I probably should have just found a way to make them happy, and I didn't. I just kept going. I was like, your child was not even eligible for this event. So, like, what are you upset about? And I was like, well, on the bright side, here I go trying to do that, trying to be positive. I said, on the bright side, we got the Browns coming, right? So in a month, we got the Browns coming. They was like, oh, he don't even care about the Browns. Browns suck. I'm like, man, your son cares about the Browns. So, you know what I mean? I guess that's the only thing. Like, I didn't let her just have that moment. I just kept going, right? So, other than that, though, man, I would hire myself. But just last question.
Shoot, that made me think.
Go ahead.
A negative of myself, though, is why I probably would have to do a second interview before I hire myself.
He said a second.
I had to do a second interview with myself because sometimes I don't put my foot down.
Ooh.
Sometimes I would literally be like, you know what, this is not worth the stress. I don't feel like hearing this. I don't feel like going back and forth because I know you're not finna see what I'm saying. So I'm like, all right, let me figure out how to do what you want me to do. All right. So that's why I say I give myself a second interview, because in some professions, especially mine with business, bro, or I guess logistics, it's like, no, like there is no being adaptable. Like it gotta be this way. Sometimes I'm like, no, we could wiggle this in, like for this person. Like,
So I got a question about that. So if you don't let up and you don't put your foot down, who's wrong? How is that both negatives?
because like I said, in my profession, like sometimes it's gotta be like, no, this is the way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know
So
what I mean?
that's what it's supposed to be, and you're okay.
There's some stuff that's adaptable 100%, but I just say it in terms of just like, if I deal with like somebody that's just mad and angry, I'm just like, all right, like apologize on everybody else's behalf instead of, no, like for real, let me actually explain to you how you're incorrect or wrong.
Okay.
I just be like, bro, you know what? I can get this over with way quicker
Got you.
if I just help you out.
Okay, I feel that. I just found it funny how y'all,
I mean, they
exact
could both-
opposites,
that's
y'all
true.
both found them as negatives. That's funny.
true. They can both be wrong though, because like for my example, like, you know, even with staff, like this is a petty but also very heated argument that I'm dealing with a staff member now. She claims that eating a slice of cake with 28 grams of sugar will spike your sugar the exact same. It'll spike and you know, do all of the same effects with the blood sugar as eating a banana. And I'm like, that's just not true. There's too many fiber, too much fiber, too many nutrients. Don't even do that. We're not going to do that.
Okay.
No, there's too much fiber. There's too many nutrients in the banana. The blood sugar will spike, but it'll spike a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And it'll spike a lot more naturally because it's natural sugar.
Yes.
And even that, I won't let her win, bro. And it will get heated. I won't let her win. So to that point, bro, it's like I'm willing, and this is a toxic thing. I'm willing to burn a bridge
You willing to die on that hill?
if you're actually wrong.
Yeah.
Now, if it's opinion, bro, I let people have it all the time. I'm like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your opinion.
Yeah.
But if you're actually wrong, and I know for a fact you're wrong, it just bothers me when people really think they're right. And I know they're not. Like, I know for a fact they're not. So that's not a good thing. So that's the one thing that would be a red flag. And especially me being a principal, if I got a teacher or something as I progress in my career, if somebody's saying something to me, I got to figure out how to tell them they're wrong in a better way. Because obviously what I'm doing doesn't work.
I definitely understand it now.
I like this last question. I'm going to change it, though. It was tell me a story, or like if somebody was to tell me a story about you, what story would they tell? We know each other too well.
Right.
When somebody doesn't know Bryce Harris, what story do y'all say? Bryce cool, like Bryce literally blah blah blah. I know my story about you.
Me?
I got to think about yours. I got plenty of stories. It depends on who I'm talking to. I tell everybody the same story about you.
Are we talking about positive or negative stories?
Just when somebody doesn't know Bryce Harris, what do you say? That's what we talking about, reputation. I tell everybody the same story about you. I tell every single person, John, that's my dog, blah, blah, blah. That's my cousin. He's my dog. Like, literally, bro, he literally will finesse anything. This man got a scholarship to play Division II football, and he did not touch the varsity football field. I tell everybody the same exact story about you,
Mr. Finesse.
and it's a good story because you didn't do nothing wrong. You finessed your way into a freaking Division II program, and you didn't even play varsity. So yeah. So
I didn't even play. I quit every year. Not
year.
even that. I did not even play. Like I would come to weightlifting a little bit and quit. Like I wasn't even playing, like practicing. So yeah, no, you're right. That just to add on to that story a little bit. But
that's literally my story.
that's crazy. Yeah, I could definitely see why you would say that. Wow.
I tell a lot of people.
for real.
For you, Kamar, I tell a lot of people that you my biggest hater.
I say that about you too, though.
Like people that don't even know you, I'd be like, he is literally like my dog. Like I was like, literally, we do everything together. Like more than me and Jovan, more than me and Ryan. Like me and Kamar do everything together.
Yeah.
But like he's literally my biggest op. Like we argue, but then we make wings together and make new sauces. We disagree and then get mad at each other, but then what time you getting on the game?
It's,
So like,
it's such a fluid relationship.
It's called
It
a
is.
brotherhood, man.
It's fluid, bro. It just flow
Yeah.
any direction it want, but it will never
brotherhood.
stop, bro.
and then like the competition between us, I talk about a lot too in my stories is just like
Oh,
me and Kamar will literally break rules and stuff like just to get competitive. I think about rewinds. 8th grade, I'm at Kamar's house. We playing basketball.
Heck yeah.
He score on some stupid stuff. I'm like rewind. So we literally rewind and we on some 8th grade stuff. Like we literally rewind.
so
like,
extra, bro.
I said, bro, you get one rewind. Everybody, each game you get one rewind. So if like even if it's a game winner and I just won, I beat him. He like rewind. I'm like, bro.
But here's the funny part too, though. It's because I really be like, bro, no. Like, why would we do something like that? That's goofy, right? But then he'll argue, and I'm like, whatever, bro. Come on. All right, fine. We get a rewind, right?
Nah,
So
I've never heard of that. I ain't gonna lie.
It's just stupid
hilarious,
stuff though.
bro.
It's stupid stuff, bro.
That is hilarious.
One time we was on a game. Kamar and I was arguing on Rainbow. You probably was on with us.
Probably Rainbow.
I killed somebody. I think I killed you or something.
You
He said,
probably
bro,
did.
he said, you keep killing. I said, a life for a life. Keep killing. A life for a life. Keep killing. A life for a life.
That
We went
sounds
on for like, but we went on for like 5 minutes. I'm just waiting on him. I'm waiting on him to stop saying keep killing. And I'm just like, I'm gonna keep saying a life for a life till you stop.
And I'm gonna say, keep killing until you stop.
There
It's
you
like
go.
I want to get the last word.
That's why
bro.
he's my biggest hater, bro. He really is my biggest hater. So that's what I tell everybody. That's my stories to y'all.
It's all love, though.
What stories do y'all really tell though? Like, you got stories about John? Like, you ever was tell somebody about John, or you got stories about Kamar?
Honestly, I tell.
I mean, yeah, I got stories about both of y'all.
So what you
obviously,
be- like, what
but
do you say though? Like, no, like somebody like Mo, he don't know Bryce. You know what I'm saying? He know me now, but like,
first thing I'm obviously gonna do is, and it's probably just because of is something that you've been doing since I pretty much known you. Is I'm gonna bring up football. It's something you excelled at. It's something you know what I'm saying. We're above average talent wise at. So I bring up. Oh yeah, he was cold. Like I always bring up. He been playing since he been starting since he been like I always bring up how good you were at football.
and was
You feel me? So I always bring that up to people. And I guess I should stop because how you just reacted. But no,
I be missing it, man.
no,
But go ahead.
I definitely I bring it up all the time. You and Jovan, like how y'all two of the best athletes I seen. I bring up our leader, cousin, obviously, and just pretty much how we have been friends since. You know what I'm saying? I also bring up how we found out we were cousins while being friends, etc.
I say that too.
Yeah, I bring that type of stuff up.
That was
but
hilarious.
Literally, that conversation though segues into all the stories I have about y'all. So like, once I tell them like, yeah, we've been friends for so long, and then that literally will bring. Now I'm bringing up. I mean, it's so many things, bro. It's so many stories, bro. Like, it's years. Like, this is years on years on years. But the main thing I bring up is just like, that's my cousin, one of the best football players I've seen in person, leader. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. You know. And then as far as Kamar, it's not necessarily as I would say detailed because you are a more mysterious person. A lot of people that know me and Bryce relationship, they would know Bryce a little more than they would know you, etc.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
you are that
sure.
mysterious. So like basically when it comes to Kamar, I really can say like I just tell him that's my brother. Like it's not too much I can really say like, oh yeah, he's the one that be doing it. I do tell him about your athletics. I tell him about how you were a track and field athlete at UA. I tell him about how crazy you were doing different things in high school and all that. I tell him about all of that as well. And you know, I talk about our AC stories to everybody and how we ran the schools and, you know, just all that. But for you, it's a little harder because you are that reserved guy,
I am.
and you know what I'm saying.
Literally.
So they like, who is like even my mom, bro. I don't know. My mom literally just got done asking me about you and say, I don't think I heard from him in years, and it's like,
It's been a minute.
or I haven't seen him in years, or I haven't, and she know about what Bryce got going on. She know
City
about
to
what,
city, like
yeah.
people don't even know that. Some
Exactly.
people still think I live in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Like so.
Yep. So
Yeah, bro.
that's the only reason, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, that's brother. That's, you know what I'm saying. That is always love. That's most reliable people. One of the most reliable people I know. Crazy athlete, you know. Hot head. No, I'm just playing.
Flat as can be. Just
But yeah,
flat.
so it's
Boss.
when I tell them how long we've been
Playing
friends,
high
though, that's
school.
where our stories come in at that point.
That's just high school.
We really used to call him Lemongrad.
Yeah, a lot of things.
Flat. Flatiana. He was really plank. bro.
Anyways,
Ed and Eddie.
so what I be telling everybody about y'all, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I be gassing y'all way too much.
No,
I don't really speak negative on y'all.
keep it up.
Even your tardiness, I don't be speaking on.
I definitely don't say nothing about that.
Well, I appreciate y'all.
I need to start talking about y'all negative.
I talk about. I'm telling you.
Hold on, what
I
you
talk
mean?
about Notre Dame every time
Why?
I need to talk about.
because it's actually a compliment. I'm like, this dude really he gets it done. I talk about your rapping a lot too,
Okay.
but that's the one thing I do say negative. It starts positive.
Oh yeah, the music thing. Yeah.
I say like he's literally the best rapper in Akron, but
He don't put.
You'll
no
never
music
know
out. I say that word for word. I mean, honestly,
I understand that one.
I just talk about I talk about all the things that y'all are good at and everything that y'all be accomplishing. You know what I mean? So when somebody asks me, or a lot of times I talk about y'all with other friends or other people or family and stuff like that, and they'll ask like how y'all doing or more questions, and I just like with you, John. I always talk about how talented of an artist you are, and I don't necessarily mean like just music, even acting in general. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like it's a hidden art with your artistry that I don't even know that a lot of people know about or appreciate enough. I always talk about your music. Like, I'll be sending people a whole playlist, all your music, when they be looking for new like artists. I be like,
Appreciate
oh, yeah,
that.
go ahead, tap
Appreciate
in.
that.
No, like real talk. Even with like Bryce, like I talk about your rapping. Even though you got more music out than John.
Yeah,
for
you-
real, for real.
oh,
I literally,
see, I was just about to-
literally have triple more music out than him.
But nonetheless, though, I always talk about your accomplishments from you getting your principal license to you school counseling to you leading you and Jovan and Ryan, honestly, in my opinion, being the pilots of AC. You know what I mean? Like, some of us ride first class, but y'all really pilot this joint. So it's like I always talk about that, even your rapping. But I mean, ditto, I definitely say you my biggest hater, though. That's the first thing I always say.
I always say that.
First thing.
Always, bro. And it's never gonna stop.
I feel like this question would be a little more if we didn't know each other so well. If it wasn't us answering the question, we would probably get a little bit of a different perspective. But I still like these ones. Yeah.
But no, that's why these questions are actually for viewers. Like, I'm gonna ask them again, right? So as you are reflecting on this podcast episode, what does your name represent right now? Okay. Second question is, would you hire you based on your own track record? And then the last question is, if someone said, tell me a story about blank, what story would they tell? And all of those are related to what we were talking about today, which is reputation. Right? So whatever your reputation is your reputation. Like, you're going to carry that lateness, but you also going to carry that Notre Dame. These are the things that we saying about each other, and that's for life. Right? So we got to make sure our reputation is a good thing. It's a positive thing. Right? Like, the fact that you bringing up to people all of these accomplishments I'm doing, I got to make sure that they're always positive things. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just important that we keep our reputation strong.
Maybe that's a part of who I am, though. Maybe I could add that. I low-key really just be a positive person because I only be speaking about positive things.
For sure. But I got a question about what you
that
just
out.
said, actually. That's a couple viewers I feel like may ask. These 3 questions may help some of these viewers come to some sort of truth about themselves and start to accept some things or realize some things, whatever. What if this person has answered those questions and they come up with more negative than positive and they say, I want to change that? Do you think, what do you think they should do? What is the first,
Come talk to Marty.
you know what I'm saying? What's the first step that you think they should take as far as, well, obviously besides talking to you,
Read the 4 agreements.
you know what I'm saying?
Read the 5th agreement. Read Yeah, go ahead.
You know, let's just use me for example. Let's say I'm like, man, I'm so tired of owning this tardiness, which I am. Something that I'm starting to get very tired of. I see that, you know, it's not cute. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not funny. It's something that I'm definitely tired of. If I'm like, man, I want my name to represent I want to be more on time than Bryson Kamara from now on. But now it's easy to just say, okay, we'll just be on time. You know what I'm saying? Easy to say that. But there are people out there with problems a little more serious than that.
Smoked out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of, you know?
I would literally say identify the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever the heck it is, in that order, of what is causing you to be in that position.
Okay.
So first thing, right? You want to get up early, right? But you be up late as a mug watching TV on the game. That's easily to identify.
But I can't
Stop
sleep.
being up late.
But I can't sleep.
Exactly. You turn the TV off, you turn the phone off, you turn the game off earlier than you used to. That's the first step. I ain't saying that's gonna change everything, but I think everybody just gotta identify what factors play into you or contributing to this part that you actually trying to eliminate or fix or change or whatever the heck you want to use that as. I think that's what I would do.
I'm big on manifestation too, right? So, yeah, you said it just saying show up, but that does carry a lot of weight if you tie feelings and emotions to it.
It does.
And I always tell people to like think about how you really feel when you're saying those things about yourself. I'm always late. Like everybody knows I'm late. How does that make you feel? But then also think about how inspiring or how you really feel when you think about yourself on time. What type of emotions come about when you think, dang, you here before us? Like, how do you feel when you think those things? And let that be the director of your future, right? So I think a combination of the two of our things.
I
like,
would say.
think about the root of the problem and all of that. That's
sure.
definitely, I agree. And then also just like let your emotions take over in a positive way. Like, these are positive feelings I want. I don't want anybody to think negatively about me. I don't want to think negatively about myself. And that's how it is right now. So what type of feelings, what type of emotions do I want to come about with this new behavior?
Shoot, I had this, I wrote this on a paper, like in the office that I be working in. Feel your emotions, but don't dwell in your emotions. As in, if you feel a certain way, like, man, you disappointed, like you want to be in the gym more, man, I'm disappointed, my body don't look the same way. Like, feel that way, but don't dwell in that and be like, man, I actually am a sloppy piece of junk. You could say whatever language y'all use, but like, don't dwell in that emotion. Do not constantly feel that. But then also, like, something that I personally would recommend, I do this for myself, speak positively out loud and hear yourself say this, because we listen to other people talk all the time. We hear what other people have to say about us, say about other people, whether it's positive or negative. I think it's not represented enough how important it is to hear yourself say stuff. We can think stuff all the time, 100%, but sometimes it's different hearing your own voice. You know what I mean?
Kind of like the manifest. Okay. Manifest.
So that's why I said that, because when you said manifest, I'm like, no, really, like, actually telling yourself. And
Out
hearing
loud,
yourself,
though. Yeah,
hearing
yeah.
yourself say this stuff about yourself, bro. I think it'll just make you happier. Like, no, I'm actually proud of who I am, and like, I'm really working on this part and that part. You know what I mean? That's something I had to do.
So, you know, if you find yourself thinking or anything after these questions, those are definitely two of the best ways to begin attacking those issues, problems, whatever. Yeah. These questions made me do it. That's why I know it's a couple of y'all out there that's going to, you know what I'm saying, feel that way. So I figured I might as well ask for y'all.
That's good perspective.
Come on the podcast, too.
Hop on the podcast.
We can do it virtual, in person.
No, literally, we can do virtual. That's why Jovan, he usually is going to, or he's going to be on he's going to be a regular for us, but right now he's not. But he's going to be right here on our laptop, and they're all going to be able to see him. It's going to be great. And then y'all going to be able to see him, too. As we close, let's do our little fun question. It's not even that fun this week, but I'm curious. It's more storytelling. But how'd y'all get y'all nicknames? What's y'all most commonly used nickname? Yours, what, Bon?
Mine is Bon, right?
Marty.
Yes.
Marty, yeah.
I don't really have one other than Big Bro. But it's
Big
not a
Bro.
nickname, but a lot of people call me that, and I know why, some of them. So I just want to know the story behind y'all calling yourselves that or other people calling you that.
I'm the exact opposite from you. I got a million nicknames that I grew up with. Like, Bon is what it's my artist name, so that's kind of more seen. But I mean, literally, I'm called John John every day. You know what I'm saying? By more personal, with people that's closer to me. Johnny, John John, Jay Bird, Johnny B. Bad, Johnny Versnatch. It's all like I literally grew up being
Versnatchy.
called everything. Like I grew up being called everything, bro. And so, literally, when I say this is just because of my personality, for one. Like I was already a lively child and had energy and funny and all of that. So but I also had to do it just my family and the people around me. Like it was just like, you feel me? I have hilarious uncles. I got my family is funny, not even just my uncles, and half of it came from them. Half of it, my name is John, so I mean, John John is literally a common nickname for John. So that's obviously that. But yeah, as far as now, Bond, that's my artist name. Music is still dropping, by the way. I remember what I said. But yeah, that's really where you hear Bond from. I just took part of my nickname. I was John Bond. I just took the John Bond off, made it a little less goofy, quicker to say. You know what I'm saying?
Bond.
One syllable. So I just was like, well, I've been called John Bond my whole life, or Bonnie. My grandma didn't call me Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Like all of that. Like it don't matter.
I don't know if I like that one.
Trust me, I didn't either.
I don't know. If I,
I didn't either.
That's why I said
I'm gonna
it
start
like that.
calling you Bonnie.
What?
I'm talking about I done been called Bonnie Boy, John Bond. Like it don't matter. It literally does not matter. Like I done
Y'all
been
stay
called-
on the podcast. I gotta mute real quick. Real quick.
Yeah, we straight.
Okay, I just had to ask a quick question. When is the Bonte album coming out?
I know a lot of people probably would
Bond and Dante
love that.
Jackson.
A lot of people would love that.
I need Bonte to drop like yesterday. That
Dante
would
don't
be
drop
hard.
either.
But Bonte would be a hard
Neither one
group
of y'all
EP, bro.
Neither one of you.
We do. We definitely should come back together and make something for sure.
Like, come on now.
Every
I'm in
song
the
we made.
limelight. Yeah, I'm rocking off white. Yeah, what'd he say? No, I'm just playing. Come on.
Had a mine out in Cali. Gave him
Hey Dante, man, let's make one, bro.
gave him what?
Marty, why do they call you that?
Honestly, just because of the MAR in my name. So honestly, I got a lot of nicknames too that I used to be called like growing up and still do. So like Marty's the most common one. Marmar, Marty Mar, freaking Marty Miyagi, Papa Zaddy.
I
all
call
that
you
stuff.
K Dot.
Oh no.
K-Dot, yeah, K-Dot, another one.
No, get out.
K-Dot.
Get out.
What?
I've been calling you that for years too.
You ain't hear what he said though.
What?
Yeah,
He got-
he called me K-Dot. Probably
Just point
he was
that way.
probably the first person that
No,
ever
no,
called
no,
me
no.
K-Dot.
Point. Just point, bro.
Oh, you
Trust me,
said
bro.
you gotta go.
You gotta go,
It's
bro.
3 and it's out. Y'all only 2. I'm staying right here.
Two up, 2 for 1, bro. You
I'm
gotta
staying
stay.
right here.
Get out.
And then you let it slip past me too, so you really gotta go. Cause you ain't even deny it or nothing.
Anyways,
so
he
I
was
know
the
you
first
said
person to
something.
call me K-Dot. But no, like Marty just come from like my sister used to always call me Marmar, and then from there it went Marty Mar. But then also like because of the show Martin, like being called Marty Mar. So then everything just started being Marty after that. So now like literally half my family only call me Marty, and my family's friends call me Marty. So
Right.
I be responding to that like it's Kamar. To be honest,
Yeah,
with
you just kind of started accepting. It.
you.
Like,
Yeah, I did.
I wouldn't even know if my name was being called at that point. Like, I mean, like I said, so many nicknames. Like Aver Snatch. Like
Versnatchy. I remember we used to say that.
is my uncle talking to me or is he like? What is you saying?
Hey,
Like,
Snatch is crazy to respond to.
I just started accepting it. Huh? You talking to me? No. Oh, okay.
Nah, I couldn't respond.
Your name is John, and they calling you Versnatch.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like my family is hilarious. I wouldn't have had all these nicknames if it wasn't the Harris family. Like that's just.
So mine is real easy. Mine is a quick story. But all my nicknames that I can think of is like growing up, Woodsy.
Cornbread.
No. Now I almost said flat, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. When you were saying all them nicknames, I was about to say
I
flat.
knew you was. I was expecting it.
Haters.
Low-key, I
Haters.
was expecting that joint.
Newspaper. Like, no, I ain't say nothing, no. But no, I think Woodsy, Bubba, Brycey. Those are my 3. And not like Brycey, Janelle was the last person that called me that. She don't call me that no more. But as a kid, people used to call me that. Like adults used to call me Brycey. And then it just transitioned, bro. Like to Big Bro Bryce, Big Bro, because some people call me Barris. Because it's
Harris.
B.A. Harris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so some people call me that, but most of the time, like, the reason Big Bro came about was it was a joke, right? So for those that don't know, like, I'm a slow burn when it comes to anger and stuff like that. But I wasn't always like that, like in college. Like, I don't know if it was the testosterone. I don't know what it was. Just, I don't know.
Protein
But
shakes.
just being a football player and stuff like that,
Squats.
I did assert dominance a lot. Not in a bad way, but just like being the center and being I put myself in the team captain position. Like, I had to speak in front of the team. Like, I just think back, you know what I mean? So in that sense, I used to have a lot of haters, man. I used to have a lot of haters. But then what I noticed was, as success came, those people that used to talk behind my back, those people that were older than me, used to literally call me Big Bro for some reason. I don't know why.
I know what.
I don't. So I caught trend of it, like 3, 4, 5 people that are literally older than me. What's going on, Big Bro? Or appreciate you, Big Bro, for thinking about me, bro. Like, bro, you really motivate me, bro. You really Big Bro for real. Or like somebody that's 6 years older than me calling me Big Bro. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of younger kids, or even just my younger teammates used to call me Big Bro. So that's all I was for a minute, was Big Bro, right? So then I just added Bryce to it, for my little fun rap name. But that's kind of where Big Bro came from. That's like my new thing. Everybody call me that.
I think
At some point it's gonna transition to Unk.
Yeah.
But
so we got some years though.
I feel like Big Bro is still gonna be a big piece for sure.
Big Unk.
I think that just got to do with the leadership.
Big Unk.
The leadership, like you said, a certain dominance. The whole leader, like literally when we just got done finishing the questions, when we were talking about what is one of the things I said about you. That's one of the main things. Like, he's a leader. You know what I'm saying? And so it don't matter your age. Like, it don't matter if it's a couple people on the team older than you. They see that you're a leader. They see you're a captain. They see that you are the one who is speaking in front of the team. You are somebody who carries yourself well. So you're Big Bro. When you think about a big brother, you think about that person that inspires you to do better. You think about that person that is on the right track while you're not. And you like, I want to get like that, or I want, you know what I'm saying? So that's,
I think it
most
helped too.
likely where that, you know
It
what I'm
helped
saying?
too that I didn't drink in college.
See what I'm saying?
They used to try, and I just be like, nah, I'm cool.
Big Bro.
And they be like, bro.
And don't let it get to the point where you're critiquing people.
You gonna drink? I'm like, bro, I'm not drinking. Bro.
Yeah,
Cool,
exactly.
bro.
You ain't cheat.
Definitely didn't do that.
See what I'm saying?
A lot of people in college was cheating on their person, girls and dudes.
Man, let me tell y'all, man. Like, I ain't trying to incriminate nobody. I said this on a podcast years ago on our podcast, but like, at the D1 level,
It's foul.
At the D2, D3 level is fine.
but just I remember being in that relationship with Janelle senior year going to Toledo, and I remember a group of upperclassmen on the football team. I was walking out. They said they was asking all the freshmen. It was like not hazing, but like loose hazing. Like, they was just asking, teasing. It was like, oh, y'all in a relationship too? And some people was like, no, I ain't in a relationship. It was like, oh, you gonna be cool. You gonna be cool. What about y'all? I'm like, I'm in a relationship. Here's another Big Bro. I just didn't back down. I was always like that, bro, especially in Toledo. I'm not like that no more, but they be like, oh yeah, you're cooked. Everybody laughing. I said, bro, I promise you I'm not, bro. Like, I don't get fazed by none of that. They was like, yeah, all right, bro. Wait till you see these freshmen come up in here, bro. They looking good, bro. And y'all in the dorms, bro. Co-ed, all right. I never folded. You know what I'm saying? I never folded, not once, bro. Never even was close to it. But I did see a lot of people fold.
I seen a lot of people fold.
Me too.
I ain't fold.
Me 3.
I ain't the only one. That didn't fold, right? I'm gonna leave that it is an ambiguity. I'm gonna leave that out there because I'm not lying, but like, yeah, I'm not the only person, but majority.
And that's what makes you Big Bro.
To be honest with you, I think that's why I had a girlfriend in college. Was it stopped me from folding so much, bro? I think it limited me from like keeping my eyes open on all the different girls and stuff like that. It kept me focused on one.
I feel you.
I be thinking back on that like, dang, I really did kind of help myself out with that for real.
Well,
I won't speak on one.
Whole lot of switcheroos, man.
he said a whole lot of switcheroos. That's
It was
crazy.
a lot of switcheroos around the country.
For those that don't know, switcheroo is she is one of the people on what is the thing?
Could have been love.
It could have been love.
Could have been.
It could have been
Whole lot of switches.
Whole lot of switcheroos. Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh man.
No, I know what you're saying. Though.
Well, that's it, y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Come to Chipotle.
Period.
Saturday.
Yeah. I don't even know where I'm at. All I know is that I'm really in my bag. Some of you people don't know how to act. You ain't grinding every day, I feel like that's a red flag. I don't even know where I'm at. All I know is that I'm really in my bag. Some